Hey everyone, today I'm going to be teaching you how to get a shiny starter in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, as well as the cute charm glitch activated on that save file in one go without any cheats. Today I'm going to be doing it on a 3DS. There shouldn't be too many differences from the DS, but a lot of people have been requesting I show how to do this kind of thing on a 3DS. So, here you go. Before you start, you're going to need a few things out of game. You're going to need Pokefinder, and you're going to need Eon Timer. Both will be downloadable in the description. In addition to that, you're going to need a 3DS with Pokemon Diamond or Pearl. This won't work for Platinum. If you're interested in Pokemon Platinum, please watch my other tutorial on that. It doesn't go over the 3DS stuff I'm going to be going over, because there are minor differences, but the difference matters in regards to getting the starter, which is the movement. You'll see where I'm talking about that later, and I'll tell you when to switch over to the other video. So on the Pokemon Diamond version, you're going to want to make sure that you restart the save file. And so to do that, you load up the game, and you get to the title screen, and you hit select up and B all at once, and this screen will come up asking you to delete your save file. You have to do that. With all of that prep out of the way, we're going to start finding our ID. So, to get the cute charm glitch, which if you don't know, allows you to get shinies around 20% of the time if you have a Pokemon with the ability cute charm in the front of your party, you have to get a specific trainer ID and secret ID, and we're going to go over how to do that today. So, in Pokefinder, we're going to click TID, SID. For the PID box, we're going to type A, and then we're going to change the min delay to 532, I think, and then the max delay to 532 as well, and hit search. 3 different trainer IDs will pop up. We're going to be aiming for this one specifically. Do not aim for any of the other ones. This is going to be a foolproof guide where we're all going to be getting the same exact trainer ID. So, after this, you're going to hover the seed over here, and you're going to hit Control C or whatever the copy command is. I don't know what it is on a Mac. Then you're going to go back into the main window of Pokefinder, click Gen 4 Tools, and click Seed to Time. This window will pop up. You're going to right click and you're going to paste your seed there. The year, change that to 2006. Oops. Hit generate. Then we're going to scroll all the way down. You can actually pick any of these dates, but for my purpose, I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to pick this one. 12/31/2006 with the time of 23/18/39 and a delay of 5026. Now, what does all this mean? I know it's a lot of stuff. Basically, what controls the RNG of this game is the date and time down to the second, and then a separate feature called delay, which is basically in milliseconds when the world spawns. Like, so when the game actually loads the world up, that's pretty much what delay is. So, the first thing we need to do is set the date on the 3DS clock. This will mess with some of your stuff, but that's okay. So we're going to go to other settings, date and time, today's date, so it's 12/31/2006. There we go. Yep, I know. And then 23/18/39 is what we're going to set the clock as. Well, 39 you can't set, but 23. Now, if you're not using military time on your 3DS, that is 11 o'clock. So it's 11 p.m. with 18 minutes. Alright, very simple. Now, before we do anything else, we're going to take Eon Timer. Now, in Eon Timer, click Settings, click Timer, and make sure it's set to 3DS. For calibrated delay, set that to 600. For target delay, we're going to put the 5026 here. And for target second, we're going to put the 39 seconds. That is here as well. Now, we're almost ready to actually begin the RNG attempt itself. But before that, I need to go over a few things, and one of them is soft resetting. So, if you hit Start, Select, and L and R, when you're in a 3DS game, that is going to activate a soft reset, which just resets the game without going to the 3DS main menu. That's a feature we're going to be taking advantage of. So, if you've never done this on a 3DS before, unlike normally what you do is basically on a regular DS, you hit OK and start EonTimer at the same time, and this timer has 2 countdowns. The first countdown is 71 seconds. The second countdown is 87 seconds. Normally, you boot the game up at 71 seconds, and then at 87 seconds, you hit A to load the world. From the television screen that has like the Red Gyarados news story. Well, on this one, we're going to be using soft reset to at the first countdown when that ends. So we're going to hit OK on the 3DS and start at the same time, and then we're going to load the world. But first, if you notice on Eon Timer, it says minutes before target is 2. So we're going to lower this to 16 minutes instead of 18 minutes. In addition to that, this feature called delay, you can only hit it by odds or evens without changing some things, and I'll go over how to cover that if you have hit an odd or even delay and you need to aim for the other one. So right now, if I hit 5025 using my exact settings, I wouldn't be able to hit 5025, but I'll show you how to deal with that when we come to it. So with all of that out of the way, you're going to hit start on Eon Timer and OK on your 3DS at the same time. Now on the 3DS, swiftly back out to the main menu and load up your copy of Pokemon Diamond or Pearl. And this is why we use soft reset, because for some reason, I'm not really sure why, the 3DS's load times are just very slow and very, very inconsistent. So the time to boot up a DS game, I don't really understand why it's not very consistent, but it's just not. And it really, really, really gets consistent once you switch to soft resetting. So I like to hold down pretty much L and R at once, and then I'll hit start and select at the same time. And I'm going to lower my volume because for the beeps, it helps me anyway. Alright, I have soft reset. And now you're going to mash through the intro as quickly as you can. It's going to be a fairly tight timing, but you should be able to do it no problem. I like to hold B and mash A. No info needed, of course. If you're doing RNG, I hope there's no info needed. Nothing here that you pick matters, but the one thing that does matter is keep in mind the capitalization of your name. So when you pick your name, I'm going to hit OK here without naming myself. You notice that it was lowercase. Or it was left in uppercase. If you ended yours in lowercase, keep that in note. You can pick whatever name you want for the rival, it doesn't matter. I just pick Barry. And you just want to get to that TV screen as quickly as you can. 16 seconds remaining, not that bad, not that bad. Alright, and as this timer ends, hit A. And first try, don't worry about it, you're probably not going to get your trainer ID. I wouldn't worry about that. So we got Tamara. Alright, so when you inevitably don't get the trainer ID that you wanted, what you're going to do is go back into Pokefinder in the TID SID section and type the TID that you got, so 61731. Then you're going to put the date and time that you aimed for here. So it's 12/31/2006 with an 11:18 p.m. and hit find. So we found two different results here. We have found these are the two possible ones that we've hit in any capacity. So how do we figure out which one is the one we've actually hit and which one we haven't? Well, this one is probably going to be the one we hit because it's the actual seconds that we aimed for, right? Whereas this one would have been a 5-second timer. 5 seconds is a really, really short amount of time, and so that's the main way to distinguish what you've gone for. Now you've noticed I've hit an even delay, and we're aiming for an even delay. So that's good. If you hit an even delay, since we're aiming for an even delay, you don't have to worry about it. But if you've hit an odd delay, what you have to do is switch the capitalization of your name. So if you ended in lowercase, it doesn't have to do anything with the typing, right? It's just the keyboard. So if you end your thing in a lowercase, after you're done typing your name, just click the upper button. And if you ended in uppercase and you hit odd, just click the lower button. It's really, really simple to switch between them. So we've missed it, and we just have to try again. So the way we do that is open EonTimer, type the delay that we hit in, so 5054, click the update button, and there you go. We have to reset the date and time, of course, as well. The date doesn't have to change, but the time will, so it was 11:16, if you recall. Okay, so we're going to hit start on EonTimer and OK on the 3DS at the same time. OK. Or not. If that happens, that's okay. Alright. And we simply load in as quickly as possible. You should also be using this strategy with a DSi as well. I would say 3DS and DSi will work very similarly in this regard. Alright, so I'm going to be preparing for the soft reset now. Alright, so now I'm going to explain to you what to do if you've hit a delay that you are not used to hitting. So, or not wanting to hit. So if you hit an odd delay and you need an even delay, what you simply do is change the box after you've typed your name from either uppercase to lowercase or lowercase to uppercase, depending on where you ended. So for example, my name is Jake, and if I typed my name as J, then a capital J, and then I clicked lowercase and typed AKE and then hit OK, and I hit an odd delay, what I would do is simply type my name the same exact way, but after I was done typing it, I would click the uppercase button and then hit OK. And if I typed my name in all uppercase, I would simply hit the lowercase button before hitting OK. And you would do the same thing with the random name. So, for example, even with my random name, and you can see me do this in my Pokemon Platinum guide for a shiny starter, you simply hit upper or lowercase depending on which delay you're trying to hit. I'm just using the random names because I don't intend to keep these save files, and it's just fast. Let's see. Alright, excellent. We've hit our trainer ID. Now, once we've hit the trainer ID, the main thing to keep in mind is you cannot save and turn the game off, right? This all needs to be one motion. And so I'm going to show you in a unfortunately disgusting looking full screen thing. Thank you, Katsukitty's 3DS capture card. I think this might be the fault of the 3DS scaling, but boy howdy, I've tried everything to get this to look good. I think these filters make it look worse. So I'm going to actually click to no filter. But yeah. Okay, so no saving, turning the game off, and if you miss the shiny starter, you just have to live with it. And redo the entire ID process, which I know sounds daunting, but luckily getting the shiny starter is actually pretty easy. All you have to do is follow my movements exactly throughout the intro. Oh, and your mom says something to you at the door, doesn't she? All you have to do is follow my movements exactly during the intro, and you will end up with a shiny starter once you've hit the ID. It's very, 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 very simple. So, once you leave the house, you're going to go right and then up. And you can't stop. And then go left immediately as you can, and walk all the way to the end of this house and line yourself up with Barry's door. Now, during this Barry cutscene, you're going to hold up the whole time, so that when the cutscene ends, you'll walk directly into his door. You don't have to be particularly swift in the cutscenes, or anything like that, because RNG does not move during the cutscenes. Now, the reason you have to be so specific with your movements is because the NPCs are the ones we're relying on the advancements for. Okay, so we're going to line ourselves up with this door as well. Oh, and in the house you're safe as well. You can take as much time as you need to in Barry's house. So we're going to take the shortest path possible. We're going to turn right out of this house and immediately past the mailbox and go up. And go up here. And then we're going to get into another Barry cutscene. Now, during this cutscene, you should hold left, and we're going to go immediately left past this signpost. And then we're going to go up once we hit the tree there. And then we're going to go left again. Alright, this is the last dialogue box, so here we go. And then go up, left, like that. And once you get into this, you're safe. So now, what we're going to do is line ourselves up to this spot exactly, 1 pixel away from the tree. You're going to hit right and then left immediately 3 times. Like that. 2, 3. You know you've done it right when the Verity Lakefront sign comes down. And now we're done, and we should have a shiny starter. There's no other precise movement that has to happen at all. It's all cutscenes and quiet areas with no NPCs. And actually, fun fact, if you've done this on Platinum, this will actually be the same. This will be effectively an identical copy of that Pokemon in a Platinum version. If you pick the same Pokemon, so that's fun. And in addition to this, you have the Q-Charm glitch, so all you need is a Q-Charm Pokemon, and you're set. Barry's very confident in what he has to say. I'll pick Piplup this time because I picked a Chimchar, or not Chimchar, I picked the Turtle last time, Turtwig. And there you go, a shiny starter. Now, I'll cover what I did last time in my Platinum playthrough. So, if you're trying to figure out if you missed it or something like that and you messed it up, what you can do is, let me actually combine these again. So, what you can actually do is, let's get this done during the battle, is check the Pokemon's nature. So, open Pokefinder and click the stationary box. Then you're going to get the same exact seed we did in the seed to time thing. So I actually need to find it again. So it's 32. So this is the seed. You're going to copy this seed, paste it here, and make the starting frame 95. So 100 is the spread that we hit. Let me actually fix it. So yeah, the frame that we've hit is this one that is 100. If you are, any of these surrounding frames, you can tell how early or late you were. It's not too difficult to make the adjustment. Just make sure to really pay attention to my movements. And in addition to that, you should I don't remember what I was talking about. It's not that hard, is my point. Yeah, just follow the movements exactly, and I'll be uploading another video that will just be the movement path that I took. And that's that. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I hope this video was helpful. Let's take a look at my shiny boy. It's Piplup, and it's timid. Again, I picked a timid nature because it's good for Piplup, and it's also fine for Infernape, even though they really wouldn't use it. I just tried to pick a useful nature. It's not good for Torterra, but I don't really think there's any nature that's really, really good for all three of them, right? You wouldn't want to do a Rash or, like, Infernape or Empoleon, competitive-wise anyway. So, that's that. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next video. Thank you to all of my Twitch subscribers and my channel members. If you're really wanting to help me out, please consider becoming a member by clicking the join button below or going to my Twitch and dropping a sub. You get to see my videos early, and you also get to access to a special section of my Discord. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.